Tariq, go ahead and start us off.
Hey, Kayla, it's Tariq from the Havoc Hour. How you doing?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good. Obviously, if you come out here, do what you do, you win another championship. This is the last fight in your contract. And, the big talk is going to be about where Kayla ends up next. Obviously, you've been happy so far with the PFL, but with everyone who's, in cross promotions that's going to be looking out to see where you're going to end up next, how confident do you feel that you'll end up back here next year and going forward?
That's not really something I'm focused on right now. I have a fight 2 days from now against Taylor Guardado, a really tough opponent, someone who I'm not taking lightly. And for me, the job's not done yet. Of course, I'm very happy with the PFL. They've taken good care of me. We've helped. I feel like we have together built something really, truly remarkable in the sport of MMA, especially for women. And I believe in the format. I believe in the season approach, but I've got to do what's best for me. So we'll see what happens.
Awesome. Good luck on Wednesday.
Thank you.
Josan.
Hello, Kayla. Jose Montesino from Lucha Libre Online. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Great. So what areas have you focused on this training and how much ATT has helped you for this fight?
Well, first of all, ATT is the best gym in the world. I'm truly blessed to train with, the amazing training partners I have, my coaches, Anderson, Mako, Mike, all of the coaches at ATT, really, though. Every single one of them play a role in my career, and my judo coaches, Big Jim and Jimmy, they've all helped build me into a force to be reckoned with. And this camp was mostly just about staying healthy, being smart, training, continuing to work on improving all the areas of my game, getting better little by little, 1% every day. And I feel good. I feel ready. I'm excited to go in there and showcase my skills.
Great. As a follow-up, I want to thank you for showing the world that you can be a mother and you can be a warrior inside the cage. So thank you and good luck.
I would argue that all mothers are warriors. You don't have to fight in a cage to be a warrior.
All right. Trevor, please.
Hey, Kayla, Trevor Ritchie with the HITP Network. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you, Trevor?
Great. And I saw you said you've been obsessed with greatness since the first time you stepped on a podium at 6 years old. So just how far away do you think you are from achieving that level of greatness you see for yourself in this sport? And how much do you think this fight in particular is going to be a catalyst to help you get there?
Well, I think that one of the blessing and curses of being obsessed with greatness is that it's really hard to attain, right? It's really hard to quantify if you're great, if you're not great. What does that mean? For me, I know that my goal, my dream, what I want my legacy to be is to wake up every day and be the best possible version of myself in the cage, outside of the cage, as a mother, as a daughter, as a fighter, as a human being. So I'm not sure how far I have to go to achieve greatness, but I know I'm not there yet. But I'm excited for this fight. I think that it's going to be a big opportunity for me to showcase my skills. I think that there aren't many two-time PFL champions, so I'll be, entering into a crowd that's pretty exclusive. Two-time Olympic champion, two-time PFL champion. I don't know if there's anybody on the earth that can say that.
And I also saw you're officially a mom of two. So first off, congratulations.
Thank
and I have
you.
to ask, what's all that meant for you personally during the build up to this fight?
Well, it's been, that's the beauty of being a mom. Life doesn't stop just because you have a fight going on. And I think before, it would always be like, don't talk to me, leave me alone, I'll deal with it after. And now I don't have that luxury anymore. So the final adoption hearing for my son was actually this morning. And I used to be so stressed out and worried and like a little bit anxious during fight weeks. But I mean, the best thing in the world just happened to me today. So I'm on cloud 9. A happy fighter is a dangerous fighter. It's only made me better as a fighter and as a person. And I can't wait to bring home another belt for them and to be the best possible mom I can be.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Kayla. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Carlos.
What's going on, Kayla? Carlos from the Drapey podcast. We had Julia Budd earlier in the press conference coming over from Bellator, and she said eventually down the line she would love to fight you. And would you love to fight her? And how would you love that stylistic matchup?
Yeah, of course. I'll fight anyone. I'm not, I don't have like a list or anything at home, like a kill list, but I'm not afraid to step in the cage with anyone. I think, she's a formidable opponent and definitely has some following. She's done a great job in Bellator. So if the stars align, I'd be very, very excited to step in the cage with her.
And as a follow-up question, obviously I heard you are a new mother of a second boy. Does that put any pressure to keep on training harder, or just give you extra motivation to keep on doing better?
Being a good mother is the hardest job in the world. And if anything, having my children has been a huge blessing in the sense that my life has so much balance now and has so much meaning. What I used to do, what I still do, I get in a cage and I fight people for money. I'm a prize fighter. I fight for a shiny gold belt and $1 million. That is a very selfish endeavor. And ultimately, I want to use that platform to do good in the world, but I also have the amazing opportunity to do good in the world right in my home. I'm changing those kids' lives. We're a family now. They've been through a lot. They've had a lot of trauma, and they've had an uphill battle pretty much from the day they were born. So to give them a place of peace and security and safety, to provide for them, to protect them, to cherish them, and to love them unconditionally is the most important job I will ever do. And it makes me a much better person because of it.
And will they be watching mommy fight today on Wednesday?
Kayla, my oldest, is coming with my mom. Emery, who just turned 3 on Saturday, is not because first of all, it's way too late for him. And he's very spirited. So I feel like if he watched some MMA fights live, he might get kicked out of daycare. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and leave him at home.
Thank you. And good luck on Wednesday.
Thank you.
Dylan.
Hey there, Kayla. I appreciate you making some time.
My pleasure.
I'm just curious because you seem to be very activist minded, a lot of like philanthropic kind of efforts. I mean, founder of the Fearless Foundation in the Instagram bio there. Like, how important is it for you to use your platform for these like altruistic kind of purposes like that for philanthropy and helping people out that need it?
I mean, it's very important to me. I think that number one, the gifts that God gives you, your job is to share them with the world. And that's what I try and do through being a fighter. But number two, I try to use that platform to be the change in the world that I want to see. Money is great. Fame is great. Whatever. Instagram followers are great, but it's all super fleeting. What I do with what I'm given and how I'm able to change someone's life is much more important to me than any of that. So yes, the Fearless Foundation is very near and dear to my heart. You can actually purchase t-shirts at fujisports.com and all of the proceeds go to the Fearless Foundation. So I encourage you to get yours, anyone who's listening, and help me fight the good fight.
Yeah, I appreciate the insights on that. And I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't ask this one here because, no stranger to gold, Olympic gold medalist, PFL accolades. What are the odds we see Kayla H hold that AEW title in 2022?
I don't, like, everyone's obsessed with this wrestling stuff, huh? Like, there's a lot of wrestling fans in the world, I'm realizing. Never say never, but right now my focus is on being the best possible mom I can be and the baddest woman on the planet inside of a real cage with real fighting and real fists. Not scripted, not acting, not men in tights.
As a wrestling nerd, I had to ask it. Appreciate the insights. All the best,
Okay.
Kayla.
My pleasure.
Jared Parker, please.
Hi, Kayla. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to meet with us.
My pleasure.
During fight week, I know there can be a lot of noise, a lot of distraction, and just a lot of chatter around the fight. But you always present yourself as one of the more poised fighters. How do you stay focused on the fight during fight week?
I mean, it's not hard, I guess, when you love what you do and you get to wake up every day and do it with people that you care about and genuinely admire and respect. It's also really easy to focus on a fight when you get to come stay in a hotel and sleep in, and there's not like someone tugging on you at both sides at 6 a.m. saying, mommy, I want donuts, like, it's a lot. Listen, there's no chaos like the chaos of a household filled with children and love. So this is easy. I could do this in my sleep. Bring it.
Thank you, Kayla. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Trevor.
Hey, Kayla, I'm curious based off Tariq's first question, and I know it's not necessarily on your mind right now, but what does come to your mind when you hear people mention you as, and I know there's not a deep history here, but one of the most sought after, free agents in MMA history?
Yeah, I mean, it's an honor, it's an honor and it's a privilege. And it's also something that I worked extremely hard for. This journey began when I was 6 years old and then continued when I was 12 years old, and I started training twice a day and waking up at 5 a.m. and skipping movie nights when all my friends were in high school, going out and doing things. This moment started a long time ago for me, and this journey hasn't been easy, and it's been lonely, and it's been hard, and it's been up and down. And to get to the point where I am the most sought after free agent in the sport, I worked really hard for that. I busted my ass for that. And I do feel like I deserve it. And I don't care what other people think about that. I worked really hard to get to where I am. You can't take that away from me.
And Kayla, I hate to ask, but are you sick? It seems like you have a little bit of a cough there.
It's not COVID. Not that you guys are not here anyway.
No,
so
that's obviously not what I was implying, but
no, I've had a little bit of a sinus infection. So I don't know. Anyone who follows me on Instagram saw my son got sick, then my daughter got sick, and now children are germ vessels. So I had a little bit of a sinus infection, but don't anybody worry. On my worst day, I'm still the best in the world.
Thanks, Kayla.
Serge.
Kayla, how you doing? Serge from the Fight Podcast.
Hi, Serge.
So, first of all, congratulations on finalizing the adoption and everything and being a mom. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So, we've always seen you as an athlete that evolves. Where do you feel you've grown the most since the last time we've actually seen you compete?
Well, I've competed 3 times in 5.5 months. So it's hard to have a ton of evolution in that short period of time. But I just feel like I'm very confident. The more you let me in a cage, the more you let me go and be free and do what I love in the highest pressure situations, the more comfortable I become, the more dangerous I become. So I feel like I'm just pulling away from the pack. I've had a great training camp again. I've had amazing training partners, female training partners this time. Mostly it's usually males, but I've been working with Michelle Monta. I don't even know how to say her name. She's from New Zealand. She's a very, very good amateur fighter, big girl, strong girl. I've been working with Amanda. So I just feel like we're all pulling away from the pack, and I'm better everywhere. That's the short answer. I'm better everywhere.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
All right. Last question. Suki, please.
Hey, Kayla, pleasure to be talking to you again. And if there's one thing I absolutely love about you is you're never making things glamorous. You are always trying to humanize things and send the right message. And so I'm trying to figure out, is that naturally who you are, or are you just someone who knows you're in a position where you actually want to send the right message?
I don't. Listen, I'm just out here being me, living my life. The fact that there are cameras in my face now and people following what I have to say and listening to some of the good things and at times dumb things I say is an honor and a privilege and a responsibility. But to be real with you, this is who I am. If you walk up to me on the street, I'm going to be exactly the same there as I am right now. Somebody said something funny.
Honestly,
this is me. Yeah. What you see is what you get.
Yeah, and you're exactly what the sport needs, and it's a pleasure to watch you fight. Good luck this week.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Kayla, for your time today. Appreciate you.